Hello my friends and welcome back. It's episode 76. I've not finished with my grinding yet, but I wanted to give you guys an idea of how long it's taking, and also I have something to talk about, so I figured... Oh, ghouls. I haven't fought ghouls in a long time. I figured it might be a good opportunity to have a chat while also leveling. Now, I've gained 18,000 EXP and it's taken me about an hour, say. And level 12 is my target level. So I estimate that it's going to take probably about 3 hours to level these characters to level 12. That's when they'll become useful. Because at level 12, that's when you gain tag. So then I can tag energy and start dumping all my points into energy, as well as buying other perks. Okay. I'm just going to get off this map because this is one of the annoying maps where it's quite difficult to actually get off the map. Okay, so the thing I wanted to talk about is Dylan. So Dylan is our resident super ghoul, and he has a pretty good stats alignment, and he makes for an amazing sniper. And once I get tag onto him, he'll develop his energy weapon skill relatively quickly. We're saving up all of his points for it. But there is a problem with him. And it's not just the fact that he's got glowing one. Oh man. The Vindicator is just the Vindicator just annihilates mutants. Seriously. Splat. Okay, so here's the problem with Dylan. Apart from the fact that, you know, at level 10 we might have a slight skill point shortage for him to get his energy weapon skill up. But he's not dumb or anything. I mean, he's got 7 intelligence. It's not terrible. But his main issue here is that he has 5 agility. Now you need 7 agility for bonus rate of fire. So that means that he cannot get bonus rate of fire because he's already gifted. So since he's already gifted, that means that he must have started at 4 agility. And that means that you know, you would have to gain, even with gain agility, you can't get up to 7. Basically, there's no way to level him up to 7 agility. So then the question becomes, do you want to mutate glowing one to bonus rate of fire, or do you want to mutate to Fear the Reaper? Because if you mutate to Fear the Reaper, then you're going to get better perk rate, which is better in the long term. But you will never ever have fast shots with him, ever. Whereas if you take bonus rate of fire, then you know, you can potentially, with bonus rate of fire and 1 level of Action Boy, you could potentially get him up to shooting twice a turn. But that's all you'll ever do with him. So he's in a position where he's tantalizingly bad. He's tantalizingly close to greatness. I got nowhere to go. I sure hope I survive this. Come on, Vindicator. Oh, he's getting burst firebug, which is sweet. Nice. Oh, damn it. Well, I did save. The joys of leveling up. Yeah, so basically it's an actual pretty difficult choice to make. I'd be tempted to go for the extra perk rate, because maybe a combination of gain agility and some combination of gain agility and Action Boy might potentially still get us up to 2 shots. I kind of want to pull out the toolkit to repair, but I also want to keep shooting with my laser rifle. So yeah, it's it is an interesting problem, as it were. It's an interesting issue as to how much investment you want to get in Dylan to potentially have him be able to shoot twice on a turn. Assuming that we ever go back to turn-based. So, for example, let me just wait till these repairs are done before I lose my train of thought. There we go, okay. So, for example, he currently enjoys 7 action points, and the laser rifle, I believe, uses 5. But I've got bonus rate of fire here. So, if you were to take Fear the Reaper for bonus perks, then you could buy Action Boy twice, which would take him from 7 to 9, and gain agility, which would then take him from 9 to 10 action points. And then you would be able to get 2 shots. But the question is, how do you fit all that in? Because we need to buy, at the very least, we need to tag energy weapons. If he's, you know, if he's going to be useful against robots, he needs to shoot an energy weapon. So we've got to at least tag that. And that's, you know, we make the mutate at 12, we get the tag at 15, that's going to leave us with you know, it's a lot of time, basically. It's going to take a lot of time to develop him. Whereas these two, as soon as they hit 12, they're going to be useful. I mean, both are still going to need work, of course. You know, the other decision is, if I suppose you could just keep him as small arms. But then I might as well just have Farsight back, because Farsight is going to be better at small arms than he is. Well, she'll never have as much range as him, because he's got 14 perception, but in all other ways she'll be better. She'll shoot faster and hit harder. It would take a long time to develop his energy weapon skill up as well. It would take a reasonably decent amount of time to switch him over. So, these are my thoughts. I love the idea of having a super sniper. It's just that changing his weapon category looks like it would be very difficult without gaining lots of levels. Not saying that it can't be done, because it totally can. But I think, you know, the main idea of him is that you're supposed to keep him as a small arms guy, which is not that useful to us. But the more I look at his character, the more I realize that it's going to be a lot of work to change him from small arms to energy. Wow, these guys are heavily armed for once. Keep running. Dead yet? Wow, that hurt me. We are converting toolkits into EXP. That much is for sure. I don't think I'd even gain one level on my main characters out of this whole fiasco. That's how far ahead they are. I also thought it might be an idea to just take these characters to the next mission and just not use them, because a huge mag dump of EXP that would come from that would pretty much solve the problem. But I kind of wanted to get them into a state where they're useful. Yeah, looking at Dylan. Let's say he gets up to level 20 like the main character. That's going to be 140 points, skill points that he gains. So between tag and mag dumping all your points into it, you might get up to 130 to 140 energy weapon skill on him. Which, with his enormous perception, you know, it will work. It will be effective. He does bring something unique to the table, I would say. Sometimes the vehicle just won't repair from the inside. you know, he does bring something unique to the table with his crazy perception. But he's not going to have all the... You know, he's just going to have range. That's it. He's just going to be a guy that shoots really far. He's not going to have the rate of fire of anyone else. Although he does have better criticals and quite a high luck score. So there definitely will be some spiciness to his attacks. Ah, what a surprise, all the ammo is missing. Yup, so I thought if I had to suffer through the leveling up, you guys could suffer through the leveling up a little bit. It's just one of those things, really. I didn't really know much about the end game for this, but it is very apparent to me that we want everybody firing either big guns or laser rifles, and preferably laser rifles. Oh, grenade. Okay, he did. How dare you? Not a big deal, because as you're leveling, your characters are constantly healing as time goes past. Oh, crippled. He is not hitting. Yeah, the other two characters, we can definitely get to where we want them. The other two characters, we can definitely get them to where we want them to be. Eventually. There is a little bit of an exploit going on here. I guess, I mean, you can call it an exploit. This is another thing I want to talk about, which is the skilled gifted exploit. So when you have a character that's both skilled and gifted, what you can do is, and it's up to you, but you can if you don't spend any points at all. So basically what gifted does is it gives you less skills and 5 less per level. And what skilled does, obviously, is it gives you 5 more per level, but it slows your perk rate. Now there is a trick where you basically you start with skilled, but you don't spend any points at all. And then at level 9, you then mutate skilled away for something else, fast shot usually, or you mutate skilled away for gifted. And what it will basically do is it will you'll have a lot more skill points than you should have. You'll lose 1 perk, but so up to level 12 you'll lose 1 perk. But if you wait until level 12 to do it, you'll gain 120 extra skill points because you didn't have gifted from the start and you did have skilled, and then you just swap them at level 12. So this is not quite true for Mandy because she's already got gifted. So all skilled is really doing is offsetting gifted. So you're not really getting anything out of it. Like not in an exploitable way, but anyway, she has to be fixed, so I mean, the other option is to actually just leave it like that for a bit. No, let's just get rid of it for fast shot. Now we get another perk because it's level 9 and we've got perk rate 3. So we've actually not lost a perk at all. For some reason it didn't do it. It's weird. Are you not going to allow me to keep my current... I get the feeling that it's not going to allow me to cancel out of here to keep my other perk. Yep. So as you can see, you can take skilled to level 9 and not lose a perk. Kind of a weird exploit. So there is a trick where you can start a character as, say, fast shot and skilled, don't spend any skill points, then select mutate and change skilled to gifted, and you will have a net gain of 90 skill points for doing that. Now you got to decide whether trading 1 perk is worth it for 90 skill points, but 90 skill points is a lot of skill points for just the cost of 1 perk. Right, as it stands we have to get to level 12 anyway, because Tag is level 12, Life Giver is level 12. There is a question as to whether you want to do double Life Giver. Double Life Giver is the most optimal. Like, double Life Giver into Tag would be the most optimal, but it means that the characters would be unusable until they're level 15. Obviously we can mutate Gifted on here, but we might as well hold on for now, because we don't need it right this minute. We'll gain more skill points by not putting it on just yet. Could even, in Rebecca's case, you could even double Life Giver and then tag energy weapons and put Gifted on further down the line. Because she's actually got the perception and agility required, but not the luck required for bonus rate of fire. I think bonus rate of fire requires 6 luck. So she could have it by the time she's level 18. But we're going to make some very tanky snipers. And I think we're going to mutate away Glowing One for Fear the Reaper for Dylan. See if we can develop him for energy weapons. Hopefully his amazing perception will offset the fact that he won't have the most amazing level of skill. I could always drop him for one of my pre-existing characters. To be fair. Oh, rocket, run! Wait for the melee ones to kill themselves. I mean, the one benefit of Dylan will be he will always be an amazing small arms character as well. Like, let's not totally undersell that benefit. He could use the grenade launcher and the shotgun to good effect for a long time. He's actually got a shot. A terrible shot, but he's got one. It's Dylan that's firing a lot of the time as well. Just going to show how crazy that perception is. Go on. Hose him. You know, if his big gun skill gets up to like 200 or 300%, 220%, he'll start firing across the map with that as well. So anyway, yeah, lots of interesting sort of, or I thought I had, you know, a fair few sort of interesting build talk things to say while I'm working through this. Let's just see what the EXP amount required is between 11 and 12. That's going to give me some idea as to how much time it's going to take me to get these guys to level 12 where they start to become useful. And yeah, I could, at level 12, I could just start going on missions. I could just start the next mission. Because it would be a huge chunk of EXP. It'd probably level them up quite a bit. Wow. The Vindicator is, the Vindicator is getting its dark work done, that's for sure. Yeah, only 20,000 EXP. Between 60 and 80, so... depending on the kind of encounters we find, I could probably turn that EXP around in an hour or two, a couple of hours, something like that. I don't want to bore you guys by watching me just grind random encounters until I get these guys to level 12. But yeah, taking them from 30 to 80, 50,000 EXP. Probably going to take about 3 hours. And it's not even going to... Well, I say it's not even going to scratch the surface of how much EXP I need to get from 19 to 20, but actually 50,000 EXP would probably get me quite close to level 20 from my other characters. So, yeah, it's actually, I guess it could actually lead to a level on my main character as well. Just a shame that there's, you know, there's no small arms that are good against robots, and I find that's quite sad, actually. So they've set up a game here where potentially you can get to the end of it with a nice balanced party of characters. And so you get to the end with your nice balanced party of characters, and then you're like, oh yeah, but guess what? All the enemies are going to be immune to, mostly immune to small arms, and, you know, practically immune to big guns. Like, most of the big guns are not going to do a huge amount of damage, with the exception of the missile launcher. But the missile launcher is a bit awkward to use. And there aren't really many, if any, energy weapon specialists in the game. So yeah, pretty poor show. But hey, we'll grind our way to level 12 and we'll get these characters built and we'll see how it turns out. You know, there is a huge temptation with Dylan to just carry on building his small guns and maybe have him, you know, always shoot for the eyes or something, because he does have better criticals and you could be tempted to get more criticals. So, yeah, it's, it's a funny thing, but it's like, if you're not going to switch him to energy, you might as well have just stuck with Farsight, right? The whole point of him is that he's a lot less leveled than Farsight. So there's a lot more opportunity to plow skill points into energy weapons from down here at level 11. Man, I am still in two minds about him. I truly am. But that is it for now. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.